All right, people leaps. How's it hanging? What's going on? Beautiful people. Get you some water, get you some tea, or whatever you're drinking. Sit down, let's have a little chat, shall we? That's interesting. Have I ever opened up with that before? So doing something new, doing things different. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's what we wrote down earlier, folks. And it's funny because, not yesterday, but technically, but the night before I was texting somebody and I kept saying contradiction. The sweet contradiction. So let's write that down. You're the sweet contradiction? What does that mean? I would love to know more. So I want to talk to this gentleman again because I want to know more about this sweet contradiction thing, this contradiction energy that kept coming through. The sweet contradiction. Contraindications. Is that what it's called on medicines? We're going to look that up too. So, something's contraindicated. Contraindicated, what they were giving me is like, it's supposed to help with this, but it can cause this. And what they just gave me as a reference to was antidepressant medication. One of the contraindications or the side effects is suicidal thoughts or even depression or suicidal thoughts. That's kind of being depressed. So why take something that can cause something you're trying to avoid anyway? It's a contraindication. You're a sweet contradiction. I know those are two different things, but kind of the same, right? I just got a notification from Facebook. Love it. So yeah, I would love to know, and it just keeps playing in my head. Every part of me is like, man, there's something about this guy that fascinates me, but yet it's something I should stay away from, but yet it pulls you in. I just want to know more. I want to know more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Go your own way. Huh. So we have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and my hair, one strand of hair I saw in my peripheral like came before me. Something small, minute, something that's going to come before your eyes, something you're going to see, something that, you're going to see something. The Three of Pentacles, do what you love. I'm hearing, okay, somebody loves what you do. Somebody loves that sweet contradiction you are. That, I'm getting that Harley Quinn, she was that sexy professional psychiatrist that turned into Harley Quinn. The Joker's fucking love. The total opposite. He's fucking psycho and crazy, right? Puddin', and she did that. It was it's that Outlander I'm watching, from the people from different timeline, different time period. But fuck, she went and lived 20 years raising their daughter and doing all this and doing that. And then once her husband at the time died, and her daughter, and she talked to her daughter about it and stuff, she had to go back and find Jamie back in time. Trying to stop things from happening, and no matter what, they cannot stop. And I was getting that earlier. I think I put it in the title of one of my shorts. It's something about that. I feel like I was shooting a video, and it's like, why get this information if I don't know who, what, or when, or how, when something's going to happen. And what came through as I was uploading that short was, because you're not meant to change it. You can't. You're not supposed to change what's already there. Why be shown it then? What's the point of that? That's what I want to know. Why fucking even show me them? Why would I need to know? Why? Well, there was other information I was getting from that. And it's really sad. I hope somebody learns what the fuck they're really doing. Something is hitting family members and not the person. And they need to stop. I'm not saying that's within my family dynamic. I'm just saying that's what's, whatever. I fucking need to explain to you. You either get it or you don't. Those are one of those talking in parables, I'm an enigma. One who speaks of riddles. It's not a riddle to me, though. But then I'm the one who's receiving the energy of it. Which is going to bring me on to the next thing. 5 and 6. The lovers. So people know you're an energetic person. They know that if they think of you, if they're starting to use that energy, 1 to 5 days. 1 to 5 days or the 15th. And what's this other one that wanted to show? The star. Oh yeah, 1 to 5 days. Whoa. The high priestess. You have the psychic insight. You're getting the sword. The sword. I saw something else with the sword. It's like that Excalibur. It's like being the only one that can hold, like the sword of Gryffindor. If you're a Harry Potter. It's something about only you can wield the sword. Stability. Losing your stability to get stability. The 10 of Pentacles over the 10 of Cups. The star, the Emperor, and the Sun. Oh man. And then you have the 3 of Ariel, the 3, and then another 3, and then a 6. But, doing what you love, releasing the past, because the past is what brought you here. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Strength and the Ace of Swords. Getting the staff, getting that sword. Sword. You were seed. They dug a hole. They put you in a graveyard. They dug a hole. They did something. They dug a hole. They planted you in the dark. They thought they buried you. They forgot you were a fucking seed. That was meant to be buried in the dark. To grow. You were always meant to be buried in the dark. 9/14. Now I'm the day I was born, now she rises. The divine feminine is rising. So what do they want to do as feminines and the masculines? They want to demasculate, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. And with the women, they want to take their innocence, their flower, their maidhead, they call it, right? In the Scottish things, I think that's where I heard it. Or maybe it was in the, I don't know, watching the English shit, whatever. to destroy the femininity of somebody. They use our humans to keep our soul, our light, trapped with death and destruction and this and that and heartbreak and all that. But I guess what I'm getting is like, when you release control of that, as you work your way, I keep working my way back to you, babe, with burning love inside. You know, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the High Priestess. I keep working my way back to you. It showed the sun in the chariot. The chariot's on fire, right? The chariot is moving. It's not like in the Rider-Waite deck where they're just laying there, waiting for the go-ahead. Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? When can we sail our ship? My mistress is waiting. The Emperor coming to give you peace, equal reciprocity, both of you together. It's Lagertha and Ragnar, It's Neo and Trinity. It's Jesus and Mary Magdalene. It's Isis and Osiris. It's all of them. Claire and Jamie. The ones that it's a soul recognition, that chosen slain. Yeah, I'm talking about this. And what is it? It's union. Lifetime, space-time. It's not the presence. Presence with the CE. Presence and presence, like that. What do you mean it's not the presence? That's also the human, the material gifts in trying to woo you over with shiny, sparkly, blingy stuff. Ooh, shiny, something shiny, Ooh, I like shiny. Ooh, shiny. The leprechaun in gold. That kind of distraction that keeps you wanting those things and not looking at the spiritual union part of the human and the soul to become one. And then when the two become one on each side, the gender part of it, then those two, the 11, they're one, or they make the three: the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, the soul. No, the Father, the Mother, and the Son, or daughter, right? That Trinity, bringing it all together to one. They're giving me, if you have one times itself, you have two. I mean, that's just logic. Maybe. Is it not? I mean, it makes sense. If you have one and you times it by another one, you have two. How could 1 times 1 be 1? 1 times itself, that means you're adding to it. Might as well just put plus. A times is just a simple way. You could say, if you have 2 times 3, if you have 2 things that are 3, it makes 6. But if you have that, hence the times. Okay, why am I doing math shit? I don't give a shit about all that. There's something to it, I'm sure. Something ain't adding up. It never has. But they taught you the formula and the way to do it to make sense for them, because you know why? You're opera. Because they know how colors and words and vibration and numerology and how all of that pieces into everything. My own prison. They don't have to do anything but teach us how to keep ourselves locked in our own prison, in the mind. What is all this nonsense you say? I don't know. Follow your heart, Queen of Cups. Knight of Swords, fast charging movement. Divine guidance. It's finding new peace. The Star, you're not from this world. Here's the Chariot and the Sun. Finding the missing puzzle piece. Angels were there the whole time, helping you. Watching and helping, and yay. Oh my. You know? It'd all be better if you just look. The Ace of Pentacles. Or you could say the Moon. The Moon's bringing out your double-mindedness. Yourself. The soul and the ego. The human. The mind. Pain body. Whatever you want to call it. Two heads are better than one. You're touching the tips. And there's the sun. The illumination of your Ace of Pentacles. The missing puzzle piece sends you on your way towards the sun. Da-da-da. Angels were always watching you. They were giving you these little nuggets, these little puzzle pieces of information, and you've been putting it together. And here comes the sun, about to take off with the star. Ooh, you're about to take off with the star. You may be my lucky star. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You're a sweet contradiction. I love you guys. Namaste. Peace.